So this is going to be a rather overdue review of BPAL's winter collection, their Yule collection, which is still up until the end of February, so you've still got a little bit of time to grab the things that I'm going to rave about. I apologise for how late this is. I bought so much from their Yule collection, and I tried to review like everything, and the video came out so long I couldn't even edit it down, and I just got cross and gave up. But tonight I'm waiting for the trading post Lupercalias to come up, because as I've mentioned in another video, the Lab Lupercalia, their kind of spring collection, which is all about sex, it's the sort of Valentine's collection, that is up on the Lab, and I've made a big order, so pretty soon you will be getting a big review of all that stuff. But the trading post also do Lupercalias, so you know, the bath oil and the hair gloss and the atmosphere sprays and some of their own perfumes, and I'm really excited for that, and that is supposed to be coming out today, so I'm kind of lurking and stalking and in BPAL mode. But I just realised that California are like 8 hours behind me, so while it's 7:30 here, it's about, what, 11:30 in the morning there, so I think I've got a long wait before I can spend all my money on the Lupercalias. So as a result, I thought I would make a BPAL video instead and talk about the Yules, because yeah, as I say, the Yules are still up until the end of February and the Lupercalias are up, so now you can do like a big fun combination order. So yes, so I wanted to talk about the Yule stuff that I got. I'm only going to talk about the stuff that I loved, because there's plenty of that. It would take me forever if I went over everything I got, so I'm just going to talk about the stuff I love, which is mostly Yules with a little bit of the great pie debate. There are like some pie themed scents on the trading post at the moment. I only got 2 of them and they're both awesome, and I might get some more when I make my Lupercalia order. I might get some more, and then there's a sprinkling of other things that I got recently that I will also mention. But yes, starting with the winter stuff. Yes. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a waffly video. Bit stoned at the moment, got a bit stoned. I was like stalking the Lupercalias, getting stoned, and then I realised, oh, it's going to be hours. What am I going to do? I'm going to make an awful discombobulated stoned video instead. But I will say, not that I would encourage sober people into drug use, but for those people who do smoke a bit of weed, BPAL smells really good when you're stoned. It's a bit like getting the munchies, sitting there sniffing things. I have a great appreciation for BPAL when I'm stoned. I like to watch movies and get a bit stoned and smell all the smells. That's when I like to get my massive overflowing imp box of random things out and smell all the things. It's really fun. So yeah, so I will enjoy making this video, even if it comes across as absolute fucking nonsense to everybody else. But anyway, to begin, oh my god, I haven't talked for that long. Awesome, I'm being efficient, kind of. So I'm going to start with the Yule Lads collection from the Yule. I've just said Yule so many times. The winter collection, the Yule collection, there was a section called the Yule Lads, which I can't remember right now. Is it Norwegian? Swedish? I think that is like Norwegian folk tales, that there's these like mischievous little elf spirit things. I'm not totally clear on what they are, but they look like cute little elves. And they all get up to kind of different kinds of mischief. So there were, I can't remember how many of them there were quite a few. And they all have different things that they do. There's some of them who like stealing candles or harassing sheep or stealing milk or licking wooden utensils. It's like really, really random. But I ended up with 4 of the Yule Lads. Now, I am very probably not going to be able to pronounce any of these words. So what I'm going to do, well, I'll put up pictures of the label art, because the label art is super fucking cute on these bottles, and I will also put up on the screen the name of the scent, because I'm not going to be able to pronounce it right at all. But yeah, I will start with, okay, I'll start with the one that everyone is losing their shit about. Everyone who's tried this scent is losing their shit about it. It's like, it's sold out once before, but it's back now. Is the one called Steckjastur. Write it on the screen. And this one's got a cute little label. Like all of the Yule Lads, they've got different labels, and there's a picture of this guy with his little sheep. And so this one, it's supposed to smell like fluffy, sheepy, like soft wool and marshmallows, and it is freaking amazing. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is. It's like, yeah, marshmallowy. It's definitely, it's that kind of air puffed, fluffy, soft, you know, the slight like dusty sugaredness that marshmallows get on them. I'm explaining this so badly, but you know when you open like a fresh bag of marshmallows and there's just that waft of like soft, squidgy, like sugarified air. It's like that. It's the best marshmallow scent I've ever come across. I did used to have a bottle of the Garobble, which is supposed to be like burnt marshmallows. I never found that very marshmallowy. I've also got Ivory Volva from last year's Lupercalias, which is lovely, but it's the coconut kind of overtakes it and it's almost a little bit sickly, whereas this is not. There's no cream in this, because I know a lot of people find cream goes kind of funny on their skin. There's no cream in this. It's just fluffy freaking marshmallows, but there's like this element of sexiness to it as well. There's something kind of musky about it. Like on my skin, it almost smells a little bit like orange and musk. Someone said it might be pink musk that it smells like, but it is. It's like marshmallows, but sexy. So it's foody, but it's not the kind of creamy, heavy, stodgy foodie that I know some people don't like. It's just sweet and sexy and really lovely. I've bought a second bottle of this. It's so good, and my first bottle is already down below the top of the label. I have been using this a lot because it's gorgeous. And so my second favourite, and actually these two, if you get both of these and you layer them together, they smell so good together. I tend to layer scents by putting one on the back of each hand and then I just rub them together to layer them so I don't dirty up the bottles or anything. Yeah, I wear perfume on the back of my hands because I tend to find it lasts longer there, whereas on my wrists it seems to go a bit funny smelling more often and it fades too quickly, probably because I'm always on the computer and it's just smearing all over the computer, so I wear perfume on my hands. But anyway, yes, the next guy I absolutely love is, I might be able to pronounce this one, Curtis Snicker is how I read it, put it on the screen. And yes, he's like a cute little green dude and he's the one who likes to steal candles, I believe that's his thing. And his notes, I think, were quite simple. They were beeswax, strawberry and hard candy. And the funny thing is, when I first got this bottle, I hated it. I vehemently hated it. But after a few days of settling down, I really, really love it now. And I've also bought a second bottle of this. I love it so much that beeswax, I love beeswax and I love strawberries. So it was kind of an automatic buy, but the hard candy note wasn't something I was into, and when the bottle was fresh the hard candy was quite evident and I didn't like it. But now I've had this for several weeks, I don't really get much hard candy from it. It's really, really lovely strawberry. It's the same kind of pink zingy sweet strawberry that's in the Strawberry Moon 2012 scent. Just a really, really lovely, happy, fresh strawberry with like warm golden beeswax. It's such a lovely, like comforting, happy smell. And it's, oh my god, like the throw and the longevity of this one is so good. You put it on and you will find that your clothes the next day just still smell of strawberry. It's amazing. So yeah, if you get Marshmallow Guy and Strawberry Guy and you layer them both together, you get the most amazing like strawberries and cream scent. They're so good. So I love those two. Then I also got, oh Jesus, let's write his name on the screen too. This is the milk dude. He steals milk. And his scent, a lot of people have kind of been losing their shit over this guy as well, and I can see why. Oh, he's really lovely. In the bottle he is all like gorgeous, kind of sexy, creamy coconut. Like they've got another scent called Obatala, which is also coconutty, but that's very, almost like coconut water. It's like very kind of fresh and light, whereas this coconut is much more kind of rich and sugary and sweet. I think there's supposed to be like goat's milk in there as well or something, so it's really creamy, but like lots of coconut. I think there's meant to be a tiny bit of cinnamon in there too. But for me, it just smells like the most gorgeous coconut cocktail ever. The unfortunate thing with this one with me is that my skin just destroys coconut. Whenever I put on anything, I love coconut, but when I put it on, it disappears in seconds, and all that I'm left with is like the scent of suntan lotion. That's all I get. So this guy I can only really wear in my locket, but he is quite nice in a locket. But yeah, if you have a skin that doesn't destroy coconut, coconut milk guy is lovely. And then the final Yule Lad I got is quite different from all of those foodie ones. This one, oh fuck it, I just call this one Glug Glug Glugger because that's what it looks like to me. And yeah, I'll put him on the screen too. And yeah, I can't remember what he does, but there's a picture of him with like a wood behind him, so you know, I don't know, he's like lurking around in the wood being creepy guy or something. But this one I bought because I was hoping he was going to be quite masculine smelling and it might make a difference, you know, be quite interesting, because most of the Yules I bought were quite sticky and candified and foody, and I thought it'd be nice to have a kind of masculine badass smell in there, because I think he had notes like cedar and tobacco and maybe I don't think there was leather in there, maybe leather, but tobacco, there was kind of woods and tobacco, and it sounded quite sort of masculine. And I really love this guy. Yeah, he's lovely. He reminds me very much of Interfector from the Vampires Don't Sleep Alone collection. It's that same lovely, like sticky, chewy, dark, kind of badass tobacco note. I love tobacco in scents, it's so good. And it's got that, but whereas in Interfector there's that kind of sweet overlay to it, this guy Glug Glug Glugger, he's got kind of more woodiness in there. It's more woody, and I was a bit afraid with the wood that it might turn into pencil shavings, because I do tend to get my skin giving off horrible pencil shavings smells with woods, but it doesn't. It stays just on the like smoky woodsy side of pencil shavings. It's kind of smoky and woody with the badass tobacco. I think he's lovely. He's really lovely, like sexy but comforting kind of badass boy smell, and I can never have enough of those, so I like him very much. So yeah, so those are the 4 Yule Lads I bought. One of the other ones I got, they did a collection of single notes this year, and I went mad for the single notes. I bought quite a few of them, and unfortunately I completely hated all of them apart from one. That there was the Pomander scent. Oh, I was so disappointed by the Pomander scent. Oh my god, I love the smell of pomanders. Like, it's the quintessential smell of Christmas to me. Like, we always used to make pomanders when I was a kid, and I love the smell of them. I love it when they're fresh, I love it when they're dry, you know, the orange and the cloves and the cinnamon, I love that. So when I saw they'd made a pomander single note, I was like, oh my god, this is like my own personal perfume. No, I hated it. It just smelled like Sunny Delight. It just smelled like sort of artificial sweet orange. There was no spice, and it wasn't even a nice orange note, so I was really bummed out by that. And they also had a dusty accumulated menorah wax one, which I thought, again, beeswax, I love beeswax, so I bought that one, but I hadn't factored in the fact that menorahs are metal, and they'd also put a metallic note in there to represent the menorah, and I can't stand metallics. They make me feel sick, so that one had to go as well. But the single note that I do really love is the one called Irresponsibly Unwatered Christmas Tree, which is lovely. It is just, oh, it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's just a perfect Christmas tree note that like when I was a kid and we had the Christmas tree, I would crawl underneath it with our cats, and I would lie on the floor like looking up at all the lights sparkling through the Christmas tree, and if there were any pine needles that had fallen off on the ground, I would pick them up and like snap them and sniff them, because it was like the smell of Christmas, you know, when you get like a blast of Christmas tree needle. It's the smell of Christmas when you're a little kid and it's all exciting. So it's exactly that. It's exactly like snapping pine needles in half and huffing them, and it's really lovely, and this will get a lot of use. It's so good, like layered with anything. If you've got any kind of Christmassy smells that you want to just add a bit more Christmas tree to, so good. So the other Christmas scent I got, this one I actually got from the Etsy page just before Christmas, because they put up a lot of vintage Christmassy BPALs, and they did this one which is called Quick Grope Under the Mistletoe. I don't know whether it's still up on the Etsy page. It probably is, because they had a lot of bottles up for sale when I went there. But Quick Grope Under the Mistletoe had no official notes listed for it at all, but going by the reviews I could see, I was like, yeah, I need this shit. And I'm so glad I went for it, because I think this might be the most quintessentially Christmassy thing. I think I said that about the Christmas tree one, but this is like everything Christmassy in one bottle, and it's fucking a work of art. It's amazing. It's got this kind of like red berries, and it's like spiced cider. There's like definitely some kind of mulled spiced cider going on, and like a little tiny bit of Christmas tree, and this like lovely wood smoke as well. That like, I love smoky scents, and I don't get that many kind of wood smoky scents with BPAL. But this one definitely, like, as it dries down on me, I mostly get kind of spiced cider and then this gorgeous like wood smoke scent over the top, and it's just so happy. It just smells like a really, really happy drunken Christmas party in a little log cabin, and I love it. And I'm kind of wishing I bought more than one bottle, actually, because this I was wearing this so much over Christmas, and this is going to be a huge Christmas favourite. I mean, this is definitely very, very Christmassy. It will be one of the ones that I put away in spring, because I generally, all my kind of Christmas BPALs, I put them away in a box over the summer so that in winter I can kind of get them out, and it makes them special, makes them really, really special. Because obviously the problem, if you're an international BPAL customer, generally you will not get your Yule BPALs in time for Christmas. It's usually like early January you get them, so it's quite nice to have ones from previous years that you can get out just before Christmas, and it keeps them special. So that's what I will do with that one, because it's so Christmassy. Oh, and yeah, layered with the Christmas tree single note, so good, just gives it an extra hit of kind of Christmassiness, and yes, I love those. So that is it for my Christmassy collections. So some random little bits and bobs I've bought. I'm gonna have to be a little bit of a bastard here and mention 2 scents that are not currently up on the website, but you'll know I'm pretty sure I've enabled quite a few of you into other ways of scoring your BPAL. There's always the BPAL official forum you can try, and there's the BPAL Sales Madness group. There are quite a lot of people on there talking to me the other day, so hello you guys. But you know, there's ways to like score your BPAL. If it's not on the website, you can still get it. It just takes a little bit more time and effort. So 2 of the ones that I bought recently that I'm really like, oh my god about. There's this one which is called La Ronde de Sabbat from the Pickman Gallery collection, which went up at the same time as the Halloween lot went up. And this collection unfortunately has gone down. I bought this bottle literally the day before it went down because I'd seen the reviews and I was like, oh my god, I need this shit. And I think the only notes listed were clove, tobacco and frankincense. And oh, I love this so much. It's really, really, really good. It's got like all the sort of badassness of the tobacco with just a little bit of kind of gothy clove cigarettes. Like, you know, obviously clove and tobacco, you put it together, it's going to smell like a clove cigarette. But the frankincense just gives it this kind of church incense, like really kind of somber churchy vibe to it. And it's really kind of comforting and dark and spooky and badass, and I love it. Because like I'm not generally a huge fan of frankincense because it tends to dominate scent so much and everything comes out smelling the same, but like tobacco and clove are quite strong and they do hold their own against the frankincense. And I really love that one. It's just so kind of clove cigarette-y and comforting and lovely, because I am really fussy about clove notes. Like, I either love it or hate it, because although I think, you know, in my head I think I love clove, I love the smell of clove cigarettes, I buy all the clove scents, but often I find like it's too loud, it's too nauseating, it's too bitter. There's lots of clove notes that I don't like, but this is the perfect clove note. And what actually I really like to do with this is to layer it with the Graveyard Dirt single note, and then I have something that's very close to the hair gloss they did 2 Halloweens ago, which was tobacco flower, black clove and grave soil, and I freaking adore that hair gloss so much, and I only managed to get a decant of it. And it's so nice that if I mix this, because obviously this has got the clove, the tobacco, and if I take the grave soil from that single note and put them together, it's pretty damn similar, so that's awesome. And on the subject of my beloved grave soil hair gloss. I did actually recently mention to Puddin, who runs the trading post, because he takes requests sometimes, I've heard. So when I made an order, I mentioned in the comments saying, like, one day can we please have another grave soil hair gloss, because I really loved that one and I really hoped for it in the Yules and there wasn't one. And yeah, when I got my order, I can't remember if I've mentioned this, but when I got my order, they'd actually put a little note in and they'd mixed me up a special little imp. I think it was dead leaves and dark incense, which is really cool. And yeah, it's like a little one-off imp that nobody else has. They like mixed it specially for me, so that was really cool. I really love them. And oh, and then they said, I hope this will tide you over until further events unfold. ... So that makes me think, oh my god, what's coming? So now I'm really psyched for these Lupercalia ones. Like, is there gonna be a Graveyard Dirt hair gloss? Jazz hands, is there gonna be? I don't know, but I'm hoping it's gonna come someday soon, because like I am such a kind of, I'm quite a proficient hunter of BPALs. Proficient and obsessive hunter of BPALs. You know, when I set my sights on a rare BPAL, I will usually have it in my hands within the space of a month, because I'm obsessive and I know all the places to go. But when it comes to this sodding clove tobacco and grave soil hair gloss, I just can't do it, because it's so popular. Nobody ever lets it out of their clutches. And if anyone sells any, like, some horrible bugger always gets there before me, and it's really depressing. But anyway, yes, that smells a little bit like it, and that makes me happy. So the other scent I'm going to have to be a bastard about is from the Only Lovers Left Alive collection, and it's one of the scents of the soundtrack, and it's the one called Streets of Detroit, which I am pretty sure has sold out now. So yeah, if you want to buy this, you'll have to go hunting and stalking through the underworld of the BPAL forum. But I didn't buy this one for ages because it had motor oil as a note, and I was like, that sounds horrible, because I hate metallics, and I thought, oh, is it going to be like metallic? Ugh. But it was getting loads of reviews saying, oh my god, this is so sexy, this is so badass, oh, it's so lovely. And when somebody said, oh my god, it's nearly sold out, I was like, you know, fuck it, I'm going to jump in and buy a bottle. And I'm so glad I did. Oh my god, this stuff is gorgeous. Have I got a clean hand I can try it on? I'm going to put it on me because it's so fucking nice. And yeah, I think the other notes, I think there's like patchouli and something, and motor oil. But the motor oil is so weird. It's like, you can tell immediately that it is motor oil, but it's lovely. It smells lovely. It's like, I don't know, they've given it enough of a legitimate hint that you do get the image of motor oil, but it's somehow been like sexed up and kind of sweetened a little bit, and with the patchouli as well, it's just gorgeous. It's really, really gorgeous and really badass and kind of grimy, and I love it. I don't know if there's like leather in there as well, or whether it's just got such a badass vibe to it that I imagine there being leather in there. But no, I love that one. It's so weird, but I really, really, really love it. And it stays for ages. It's got amazing throw. You can smell it all day. And I'm so happy because, yeah, I actually don't really own much from the Only Lovers Left Alive collection. I really wish I'd kind of got in with more of those while I still could. So I'm really glad that I have this one. But yeah, if you like slightly sort of badass scents, and if you've ever thought that motor oil smells nice, definitely go for it. It's lovely. It's really, really lovely. The oil actually looks like motor oil. It's kind of slightly like yellow and motor oil coloured, but I love that one. Like, it's really, I wouldn't say it's masculine smelling, but it's definitely very, very gender neutral. Honestly I think it would smell kind of badass and edgy and kind of sexy on either gender. All genders. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I'm just going to sort of drift off into my own world smelling it because it's so nice. So yeah, so those are the ones, those are my two little bastardy smells that if you like them, you're going to have to hunt them down. So moving on to the Great Pie debate. These ones are sold over at the Trading Post, and oh man, if I had have had more money on the day that these came out, I would have bought so much more, because they made a bunch of scents. They did the two I've got the blueberry cream pie and the key lime pie. They also did apple pie, pecan pie, banana cream pie, peach pie, I think, or was it apricot? But yeah, bunches of pies, and they did them in perfume oil and in hair gloss and in bath oil, and it's like, oh my god. So yeah, I really want. There was pecan pie. Have I mentioned that? There was pecan pie, and I'm filled with regret that I didn't buy any pecan pie. So if I don't spend too much on the Lupercalia collection, I might have to get me some pecan pie, seriously, and the banana one too, because yeah. But anyway, these are lovely. I did think it was a weird time of year to release pie scents, because like fruit pie scents, I don't know, because I tend to wear fruity scented perfumes in summer, whereas not so much in winter. So I love these, but I haven't really been wearing them yet. I think once it gets to summer though, I will be wearing them all the fucking time. So my little blueberry one, I love. When it first came, this had hardly any smell at all. It was like a really quiet little wisp of a scent, and I was a bit disappointed, but now it's had time to settle down. It's actually really strong, so that's awesome. And it's gorgeous. It's big, fat, juicy blueberries. It's amazing. It's just fucking gorgeous. This one, yeah, blueberry cream pie. It is a little bit creamy, a little bit almost spiced. There's something almost, I don't know, something almost sort of spiced or floral in there. This one is almost slightly perfumed rather than just literally being a foodie. There's something a bit sexier about it. It's not just like plain old I am smeared in cake kind of smell. It's got something sexy that kind of holds it together. So I really like this one. Really, really, really like this one. The blueberry one. I will be wearing the fuck out of this one in summer. This is definitely going to be a big summery favourite because it's lovely. And then the other one I got is the key lime pie. And this one I also love because fucking key lime pie is my favourite, and anything lime scented I will buy, basically. And this one is gorgeous. This one, there's a lot of like graham cracker crust in there. You can smell like the crust of the pie. And it's definitely like baked key lime pie, that you've got all of it. You've got kind of the baked key lime creamy filling, and you've got the crumbs, and it's all gorgeous. And it does exactly what it says on the tin. For myself, I kind of would have liked a slightly fresher, more obnoxious lime note. I really, really, really love the smell of fresh limes. And BPAL used to do a scent called Detox, which was all fresh cut lime, and it was like my favourite summertime smell. I loved it, and they discontinued it. And so if anyone out there has a bottle of Detox that they don't want, fucking hit me up about that shit. I will take it off your hands, definitely. Like with money and everything. I'm not I will pay you for it, please, please. But yeah, so I kind of would have loved a really like acidic kind of bright in your face lime, whereas it's not, but it is gorgeous because it's like it's fucking perfect key lime pie. So it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's really, really nice. And yeah, so I am thinking I would definitely like a bath oil in one of these. I don't know which one, but I think fuck it, key lime pie, it's got to be bathing in key lime pie, sounds good. And I think I want perfume bottles of the pecan and the banana. I'm gonna have to check the reviews first, but I want them. So the final one I have to mention, oh dear, I've been talking forever. Let's make this quick. The final one I wanted to mention is I've bought yet another bottle from the Crimson Peak line. I don't know how many I've got now from the Crimson Peak line, but it's getting crazy. But I recently bought the one called Crimson, which I didn't think would work on me at all because it's got all these red notes in it. I think including red musk. Or maybe it didn't have, it's supposed to be, you know, the colour red. It's supposed to represent congealing blood and arteries and bloody red stuff like that. Usually red notes are a disaster on me, so I avoided it initially, but then I saw the reviews and people were saying, oh, it's really creepy, it's quite earthy. And so I thought I would gamble on it, and I actually really, really, really love this one. I think I put some on earlier. Did I? Have I rubbed it off? I have rubbed it off. So this one, it's weird. In the bottle, it's quite creepy smelling. There's something almost slightly medicinal about it. I don't know whether there's a bit of sassafras in there or something. It's that slightly medicinal scent, and it comes out and it's slightly blood coloured, which is cool. And And yeah, there is definitely something bloody about it, but it's not dragon's blood, I don't think, because I hate dragon's blood, and I like this, so... But yeah, it's slightly medicinal while it's wet, and that goes away quite quickly. And you get this kind of creepy kind of, I don't know. This is like the hardest scent to describe in the world. I haven't even reviewed this scent on the forum yet because I find it so hard to find words to describe it. But you do kind of get the impression of blood. There is something definitely really quite creepy about the crimson scent. But when it dries down, it becomes really, really sexy and comforting. There's like sort of musky, spiced woods almost. And I don't know if it's like red sandalwood or something, but there's something kind of woody in there. But you do get, there is something that's a bit bloody in there. There is something that smells a little bit like blood, but without smelling at all like BPAL's scent that's called blood, because I'm not a big fan of that one, because that one is quite dragon's bloody. Whereas this one just sort of alludes to blood in, I don't know, something kind of creepy about it, but very, very sexy at the same time. So I love that. I'm really torn on Crimson and Streets of Detroit over which one I think is sexier, because they're both so surprising. They're both scents I really didn't think would work on me, and they're both kind of gorgeous. That it's like badass fucking motorcycle driving badass is Streets of Detroit, sexy, and Crimson is kind of softer, and it's like a weirdly like creepy but comforting at the same time, and sexy. Oh, I love them. So yes, so those are my raves, my recent happy purchases, and I'm going to shut up now because this is very, very, very long. But yes, if anyone's tried any of the other pie debate ones, definitely like give me your review down below. And yes, excitement for the Lupercalias. As I say, the lab ones are up now, and the Trading Post ones, well, I dare say by the time I get around to editing and posting this video, the Trading Post one should be up too, and I will have spent all my money on them, and that's awesome. So yeah, this is a very long video. I guess I'm going to shut up now. Yes, bye bye.